builders, parents, and collectors. Welcome to the Creation Evaluation Station. On this episode, we are going to be evaluating. Here we go. Monkey Kid's Heavenly Realms. Alright. Big, huge set. Before I get any further with it, just let new people know that I do in-depth reviews of models and construction kits, both new and old, mostly Lego, but other products as well. I also do reviews and discussion of other creative works such as movies, cartoons, and video games. Because these are in-depth reviews, and this is a very, very big set, they can be on the long side. So there are conveniently timestamps down here on the bar, on the bottom where the red bar is, or down in the description. And you can skip around to see the parts you want to see the most, or come back and use them as bookmarks when you have more time to watch it. Considering this is going to be a large set, it's probably going to be a long video, you definitely want to use it for bookmarks. Yeah. Let's take a look at that box again. It is a massive. Look at this. And turning it over. So this is the biggest set I've reviewed on this channel. Going to be. It's going to be an interesting experience on my end. You probably aren't going to notice too much, except for maybe some of my setup will be a little bit different to fit everything in. But in regards to this set, it is set number 80039. It has, get the right number here, 2,433 pieces, and is for ages 10 and up. It retails for $189.99 on the Lego website. Currently should have it available. It was released August of 2021, just this past month. And yeah, I'm kind of excited. It looks really awesome. A lot of pieces. That's a lot of pieces. For 2,000 pieces, it's a big boy. It's got quite a few characters. I'm kind of curious about how all this cloud stuff works. Wonder what it's made out of and stuff. But yeah, this is, well, I do have some other big Monkey Kid sets, but I still think that this is the biggest one I have of theirs. I do have some other big sets, but I don't think there was anything this big. There were, yeah, I don't think so. So let's go open this up and see what's on the inside. It's gonna be a long video. So this is what it looks like when you immediately open the box. There are tons of bags, and the highest number one here is 17 that I've seen so far. They're not all of them here yet. And we have also a bunch of these, which I think they use these for those artwork, the artwork set things. I don't know what they're called, but kind of cool looking. And then there's another box with inside the box. So there's more stuff inside there. We'll get this all sorted out eventually, but I thought you might like to see this. Here we go. The inner box has, wrapped in plastic, 2 humongous instruction booklets, along with 2 sets of sticker sheets, plus the whatever these clouds are made of, probably plastic of some sort, of vinyl or something like that. I don't know how many's in there. There's probably more than one, actually, sheet of those. And then we have bag 1, bag 2, bag 3, bag 4, bag 5, bag 6, bag 7, and that was it for inside the white box. We'll take a closer look at, I'll open this up as well, and we'll look at all what's inside that plastic. So outside the white box, in the rest of the box, there's bag 8, bag 9, bag 10, bag 11, bag 12, bag 13, bag 14, there it is, pushed all the way into the bottom, bag 15, bag 16, bag 17, 17 bags, 17 steps, well, not steps, but yeah, 17 bags, and then of course these blocks, like I showed earlier. Here we have the contents of the instruction book bag. We have one large instruction book, like two large instruction, and I mean thick. The second one looks thicker. Then we have this that has the clouds on it. I thought there'd be more than one, but there is only one here. It's pretty thick stuff, and it's really cool metallic. It's gold on the back as well. So I'm gonna keep the cutout of this and maybe use it for something. And then we have two sets of stickers, so we got a lot of stickers. I probably will not put them on to begin with. We'll see how it looks without the stickers. We got a lot to do, so gotta start somewhere. Here's bag number 1, and with it comes the brick separator, of course. And then we have a lot of plates, a lot of different pieces, but there's some plates in here of different shapes, including round ones. We got some pegs, and we got bricks with pegs, and we got one of these Technic chassis piece type things, or motor boxes, whatever you want to call them. Nice blue color plate there. Most of the colors are white and tan in here, as you can see. Thing kind of sticks out. We got some round tiles and some smaller round dots. And we also have this really cool printed tile. It's basically a cell phone. We have these kind of weird half round circles with a big cutout in them. A lot of pins, probably for the Technic parts. And there is, I believe, the Monkey Kid himself, main character, I think. There's a lot of characters in here I don't know, have not seen the show, but we'll be covering all that when we do the figures. Here we have bag 2, and we have a lot of round pieces in here. Got a lot of other pieces too, like these long rods. A lot of round plates and whatever you want to call those. Not really saucers. I mean, they are and they aren't. Hamburger buns. Studs on side pieces. We got some sand green in here. We got gold and stuff. These are head pieces, figure pieces, but they don't belong to any particular figure. Yeah, I got a lot of different pieces in different colors. Like there's this sand blue, whatever you want to call it, and a lot more sand green. And got a lot of these fender pieces. I got some of these smooth bottom round plates in trans yellow. A lot more gold pieces, including these what I'd call claw pieces. We have this weird thing. I don't know what this is. It looks like it's supposed to have pieces broken off. Never seen anything like that before, though. Interesting. We'll find out when we put it together. Oh yeah, and the one weird oddball yellow piece. Probably a sign or something. We'll need a sticker. But that's bag 2. Here we are at bag 3. A lot more pieces, a lot of different pieces. We got this tile here with rails. We got a lot of curved aqua green pieces. Teal green, jade green, whatever color you want to call it. Another yellow tile. Probably a sign. We got a big, long Technic brick. We have a barrel. Like I said, it's quite a variety here. We have some round tan pieces. Quite a few of these. We have a new character. I don't know who she is. She's got a pretty pink dress, though. And we got these in trans teal. I've never seen trans teal. It looks really cool, though. We got a lot of other pieces, a lot of pins, a lot of studs, hollow studs, a lot of pins, different kinds. Yeah, there's a lot of little stuff, a lot of medium stuff, and good size, big stuff, including this. Got a Technic lift arm over there as well. This is a big bag with a lot of stuff. Here we are at bag 4. We have a lot of brown pieces and a lot of green pieces. I think we're building a tree, including all these bike handlebars in brown. Kind of interesting color. There is a couple purple pieces in here, oddly enough. And this red transparent head. It's more teal arches and other colors, other pieces in teal. We have one of the monkey fellows here. Got some equipment for him, at least for a character. Got a hinge, a turntable there. We have printed peaches and heart shape pieces, kind of cool. And some light green leaves, along with the little tiny green leaves, and a lot more brown pieces and things. Building some kind of tree here. Here is the contents of bag 5, and we got quite a mixed batch here. Some long plates, some long Technic bricks, small Technic bricks, curved pieces, you name it, we got it here. All sorts of colors, mostly tan, white, and gray, light earthy tones, but we do have some strange green pieces, some blue pieces. Well, Technic pins don't count, they're what they are. We have another character here. I think he's the king of what? I don't know. King of heaven? I don't know. I'm not sure. Don't know the characters. I gotta read the box and at least get their names. Got a whole bunch of white dots here, and some more white stud or off-white studs. Tan. A lot of pins. A lot of larger round tiles. A lot of stuff here. This is bag 5. Normally it'd be like over halfway done, but not this time. Not this time. Not even close. Here we have the contents of bag 6. Got a lot of transparent parts in here, but some different ones too, including these, some kind of stand. A lot of different parts in here. Got some more of the gold teeth, but I've seen how they use some of these parts. It's probably some of the similar lines. Got a lot of little gold hollow studded dots and larger round tiles with hollow studs. Got some trans green of these pyramid pieces. We got trans orange 1x2 tiles. We got trans orange dots. Trans blue 1x1 bricks. Got some those yellow slider pieces. We have another character here, monkey fellow. We got these antenna pieces in transparent clear. A lot of other knickknacks, little pieces. Well, we got this here in black. We have a hair or a headpiece in nougat. A lot of different pieces in here. Here we are at bag 7. Got some more of those transparent pieces for stands or whatever they're supposed to be for. We've got a golden bridge here. Kind of cool. Seen in that color. A lot of plates, mostly in white. There's a lot of white here. We have another character. Got a flag. Some golden, I don't know what you want to call them, daggers, spearheads, whatever they're called. Some tasseling. A lot of generic parts in here. Nothing too amazing, other than maybe that gold bridge. Here we have the contents of bag 8, and we have quite a few Technic pieces, a lot of beams, and a lot of the housing compartments, smaller ones and bigger ones. We even have bricks with peg holes in them. Not peg holes, rod holes. Yeah, a lot of Technic stuff. There's these interesting pieces. I'm not sure what they do. It's a brand new piece I've never seen before. I'm kind of curious how they work. I think they work with these tire pieces because we have 5 of those and 5 of these tires. And since I don't think there's any vehicles in this, yeah, I'm very curious. There are a lot more of these half circles with the notches, and tons 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 of pins. Of course, with all the Technic pieces, that's not too surprising. Some more dots. We've got some of these red pin pieces. Some other assorted pieces. More Technic type parts. There's holes everywhere. Looks like Swiss cheese. But really, there's a lot of Technic here. Here we have bag 9, and once again, we have a lot of Technic stuff. Not quite so many bricks, but we do have beams. A few bricks, but yeah, mostly beams. Some rods. I don't know. You know, these are not really Technic parts, but they've always had rod holes going down the middle of them to go along with that. Along with all those round bricks, we also have round plates with a lot more Technic pieces here. Different colors and a lot of black pins. And you see here, these are the turntable pieces, and the bottoms are over here with a bunch of orange pin pieces. Some Technic plates. That's that. And with bag 9, we are over halfway done. On to bag 10. We're into the double digits, folks. We have a lot of large plates in here, a lot of plates and bricks in general. Yeah, different bricks, different colors. We got brick patterned bricks, bunch of slopes, round bricks, tiles too, of course. A lot of round tiles in this whole entire set so far. We have a new character, and we also have a doggo. Hello, doggo. We have two sides. Now they're kind of out of place here. Interesting, but probably reason for them. And that is bag 10. There's quite a bit here. Here we have bag 11. We have a lot of these round corner pieces, plates. We have this studs on side piece in pink. It's the only one. It feels kind of odd. A lot of these other studs on side pieces. Some more curves and slopes and things. Tiles. A lot of smaller plates in this one. I think that means we're getting closer getting done, maybe? Maybe not. Or at least with whatever current building structure we're working on here. A lot of round discs, tiles. Yeah, and that's bag 11. Not too much interesting in there. On to bag 12. This one feels like it's a lot smaller, a lot less pieces than the last one, and it also has a lot of smaller pieces, so maybe we are getting done here. I also don't see any real Technic pieces, so we're definitely coming to the end of something here. Like I said, it could just be structural. We might have another whole building still to make, or floor or something. Got a lot of these 1x3 tiles. A lot of these hollow gold studs. And these dots as well. Really nothing too much. Oh, I almost forgot these. I have not seen pieces like this before. Kind of interesting. Yeah. Something interesting for architectural purposes. There's what, 4 of them in there? Curious to see how they're used. They don't seem to be very structural importance. They're essentially just a 1x1 brick, but has some interesting shaping to it. Well, as I said previously, we were finishing something off, and now we're starting something new because we got a lot more bigger pieces. Mostly plates and stuff. We still don't have Technic stuff, but a lot of large plates and bricks. So yeah, another room or something we're building here. And we also have more of these weird new pieces. And just to kind of give you a heads up, I don't record and then build one at a time, one bag at a time. I usually record a bunch of bags at a time and then put them together. Sometime I like to get it set up so I can record all the bags at once, because it's more fun to just sit down and put a set together instead of breaking up to do recordings. Now we have these transparent blue Lego heads, which are kind of cool. Got 2 of them. Other than that, there isn't too much note in here. A lot of different smaller pieces and large pieces and those new pieces. That's about it. So, that's that. Here we are at bag number 14. Getting there. 3 more to go after this. Got a bunch of flags, bricks, gold pieces, frilly pieces. We're definitely building the rooftop of something here. Bunch of these hinge pieces, which are often used for roofs anymore. Got some gold cloud pieces. Seen these before, but not in gold. Seen white ones, which makes sense for clouds. Bunch of gold locks. We got some gold froggies. That's, well, I think 5 for this set so far. Gold froggies. Then there is another 2 brown ones, I think. Bunch of these blue offset 1x3, 1x2s. I don't even know how you want to say it, but they're offset for sure. Got some red ones as well. That's it. Quite a few pieces, but mostly small stuff. Here we have bag 15, moving along right away. And got some more large plates. But still, this might be rooftop because we got lots of these sand green slope pieces. Some more studs on side, gold pieces. Brace yourself. Look at all these. Oh my gosh. So many green, sand green 1x2x1 tiles. I don't know what to call them. We also have a bunch of candles in gold. And we have more of these pieces in dark nougat. Lots of sand green 1x1 tiles, some other sand green pieces. Tons of these gold teeth pieces, guess you'd call them. A lot of small stuff in here. A lot of small stuff. Here we are at bag 16. We're almost done. Got a lot of big pieces in here and a bit of small ones as well. Quite the variety. I still think we're working on... Well, actually, this looks more like we might be working on the next floor or something. Got a lot of these golden claw pieces. Or these... whatever you want to call them pieces. We have a nice shiny lacquered gold piece. Some other gold pieces, more of those gold clouds. We have some transparent clear antenna pieces again. There's one of those earlier. We have a transparent yellow undercarriage, whatever you want to call it, round bottom piece. And we have these interesting pieces. These are new. I have not seen these before. I mean, they're essentially 1x1 tiles that are 2 tiles thick. They also have hollow stud on top, which isn't too unfamiliar, but I don't know what they need to make those or have those specifically for. A little bit small, a little bit big stuff in here. Good mix. Got one more left to go. We have our last and final bag. In it, we have several clear pieces and some other interesting parts as well. Oops. Several interesting parts as well. Where did I leave off? There's things rolling around here. Got a lot of Technic pieces here. Pins and joints. We've got a bunch of rods. We have our last character here. Thought maybe we had them all, but nope, one more. More Technic parts. There's a long rod. It's probably Monkie. Monkey King there. Got a lot of these transparent parts, probably for the rest of our clouds that get attached. Some gold heart pieces, of all things. And these are some new pieces I haven't seen. These kind of wavy two flag piece things. Interesting. That's it. Let's go finish this up. Here we have the leftover parts. And of course, there's the brick separator. We have quite a few pieces. Quite a lot here that are left over. Not too much of interest. There's some transparent pieces, as you can see, spread out. Not too much. We have an extra one of these tire wheel things. The printed peach piece and a gold piece, which is the same as the peach. It's basically a heart shape. And one of these white flames as well. Other than that, there's not too much here. There's a couple golden pieces. This is essentially garbage. But we have one of those still on the frames that you can pull off. Basically a very decorative piece. Not really too much you can do with it. We also have got a pistol. And one of those arrow noses, I guess, call them. And also a sai in there as well. Oh, and there's a gold roller skate. It's amazing they use these so much for decorations. They're all over the place. We have half our cast of characters here. The monkey half. I first saw all these characters, I think, oh, this must be the monkey family, because over here we have the monkey kid, and these are his relatives. But no, all three of these are the Monkey King in various forms. And starting with the one next to the Monkey Kid, we have him in we have Warden Monkey Kid, or Monkey King. That's gonna get hard to keep things straight. Warrior Monkey King, or Warden Monkey King, and then we have just plain old Monkey King here in the middle. And then we have, man, I messed up his hair. We have Warrior Monkey King here on the end with his staff. So this, I don't know, this is a little disappointing to me, because since they're all essentially the same character. But when you understand what is going on with this set, is that all the three different sections take place in different parts of the story, and therefore Monkey King is in different forms, so to speak, because of that. So it does make sense. Either way, all these figures look fantastic. I love how they've got, basically, I think Monkey Kid is essentially a side character. He's not the main thing. He's there as a tourist viewing, which is why he's got his selfie stick there and is filming himself there in the celestial realms, and he's following the story along. This is kind of maybe the backstory of the Monkey King or something going on with this. It's kind of an interesting concept. Like I said, it's a little disappointing if you want different characters. That being said, these all look very different with their expressions and you know, the clothes they're wearing and stuff. But they'll look amazing. I'm gonna take off all the gear, well, most of their gear. This guy's gonna leave his skirt on. There's just black legs underneath them. There's no printing or anything. Though we do have printing on all the other legs. But we'll take a closer look at that. We'll remove all their their weapons and things, and take a closer look at things. We've got them all stripped down here, and they said these guys looked good with their gear on. They look good with their gear off. There's some really nice printing here, all unique. These may be all Monkey King, but they definitely are very variety of different appearances. Unfortunately, we don't get multiple heads for him. I mean, we get more than one head, but the faces, these two have the same faces. This one is totally different. I've just got these heads switched around so that they have a different face showing. And we'll look at them in just a moment. But yeah, these all have great printing. Now they have different degrees of like metallic print and stuff going on here. You know, some of these are more metallic than others. Faces are great. I love this guy's Monkey Kid's shades. The dual, not dual printing, but the printing on the legs, there is dual molding there though. Both on both of these, but the printing on them are absolutely beautiful. This one as well. There might be just a little opacity issues here going on. I'm not even sure what he's supposed to be. Yeah, I guess he does have like a belt on. That's supposed to be a belt over going between the two. But looking towards the back here, I didn't take their tails off, but you can see we got two different tails at least. This one I've seen more often. This one I'm not that familiar with. This, I don't know if it's new from this one or in one of the other Monkey Kid figures has them. Unfortunately, I don't have all their sets. I haven't seen every version of Monkey King in these sets. But yeah, two different tails. But as you see, these were the same faces that were on the other side. This is a different face entirely. He's, like I said, he's got a totally different head printing. And then here's our Monkey Kid here on the end, looking like Monkey Kid does. And he printing on the back of these is fairly good. I mean, some of them are a little bit more simple, like this one. The design is, but the print quality is still there. And meanwhile, in his warrior form looks really great. Here we have the other half of our cast of characters. No more monkey people. These are, well, some of these are gods. Sure about all of them. And bear with me with these names. I will be doing my best, but I might get them wrong, and for that I am sorry. First guy here is Erlang Shen. And the older feller here is Tai Sheng Laojian. And we have Neza. And this is just a heaven fairy, I guess. It's kind of strange. I'm sure it's part of the story, but it just seems that out of the batch, it seems like the oddball. And then we have a celestial dog here. We have a doggo. One from heaven. So, all these characters look really great together. It's interesting notice these headpieces are the same, the hair pieces with the crown, just a different color. It's kind of neat how the old beard there changes it, makes it look a lot different, but they are the same piece. They all have really nice designs. But let's take off the gear so we can look at them. Shave their heads, all that stuff. Okay, here we have them all stripped down from their paraphernalia, and really looks like some nice printing here. Starting here with Erlang Shen, and yeah, that's really quite detailed. The suit he's got going on there. And the robes here of, let me see that again. Tai Sheng Legion. They look really nice too. Now his face is definitely a unique face, and it looks, it doesn't look perfectly like symmetrical. I don't know if that's done on purpose. It might be done on purpose. I mean, the print job doesn't look bad, so I'm guessing it's done on purpose. That's uneven like that. And then we have Neza over here. She's got her short legs. Nice intricate pattern she's got on her chest piece as well there. And then we have the fairy with her pretty dress. And yeah, well, it looks really nice. Looking around to the back side. Once again, not bad looking for the fairy. She's not too happy here, of course. This is the angry faces. Nazo looks good still. Some more gold print in there. Not too happy, as I said before. And the old guy here, Lao Shon. I keep looking it up. It take me a while to remember that name. But let alone pronouncing it right. He's got a nice yin-yang back there, and some other detail there around the neck. The face there is kind of scary looking. He's got some bad teeth or something there. I hope that was on purpose and not a goof up. Let me know in the comments if that's the way it's supposed to be. Anybody who's already got this set or know more about the tail, maybe he's supposed to look like that. And then the last guy here, yeah, once again, very nice back. Looks like his third eye is opening up there, or something going on his forehead. Wasn't there on the other side. Quite a bit of metallic. I didn't notice that much metallic on the front side. Like, yeah, I guess it's there. Yeah, these guys all look really great. Here we have the Heavenly Realms all put together, all our figures spread out here, and we're going to go on a grand tour of it. This is going to be our tour guide, starting here at the front gate. Actually, this isn't the front gate. I think it's the south gate. I don't remember. It actually says in the instructions. And there's a lovely 2 or 3 pages that tell about this set in pretty good detail. Tell you what's going on here. It's written in a bunch of languages too, so you can read that. But we're going to start here with the Monkey Kid, who's probably the most out of place character in this set. I think he's on vacation, so he's going to be our tour guide. And so there he is at the front gate. And as we go up the stairs, we push in and open up the whole entire Heavenly Realms. And so, moving to the left here we have the beautiful peach garden. And this is where the Monkey Kid eats from this peach tree and gains immortality. And in doing so, he also inflicts the wrath of the gods, and therefore is sent over here to the furnace, where he is supposed to be punished. But while in the furnace, he actually gains sight of truth and learns many things and knows how to see through any lie. Then, as the clouds part further, we reach up the top of the temple here, the walkway, the bridge, and we see the rest of the gods here. Monkey Kid is fighting Erling Shen here. This is very beautiful, as we see all the ornate things going on here. Got those red doors in the back. Lovely lights. I love the cloud ground texture that they use throughout this thing. And the material here for these cloud pieces is a nice kind of vinylish type stuff. It's very sturdy and looks really shiny and nice and works great. And I love how they have it attached. So there's a lot of small builds, as you can see here, off to the sides on these things. Oh, and this furnace opens up. Nothing really inside, but it opens up. Peach tree is nothing too in the way of functions going on there, but it does look very nice. I love this peach tree. Front gate looks beautiful and was really cool to make. I liked how it was designed. We're going to spin things around here just a moment. First we'll close things up, because things do close up. You have to kind of move these into the middle like this, or it won't close up by itself. But you pull the thing, pull the thing back out, the stairwell, and they will close up like that. Everything is nice and packed. So we're going to turn with that, and then we're going to turn it around so we can see it from the different sides. This is very hard to move, especially with one hand. But it's on the heavy side. And the best way I suggest holding this is actually to partially disassemble it. The instructions actually tell you to keep it attached, but there's quite a bit of weight here. So what I do is I take the front gate off, which it's only 2-pin, connected by 2 pins in there. It's not too hard to get off. There's not too much to move. If you put one hand here and one hand on the front, it'll separate relatively easy. And move that separate gate, or move the gate separately. Now, the rest of the thing, you want one hand here on the back and the other hand here on the front, but you want part of your hand on the one side and part on the other, so you support both sections. These are only connected by 2 pins and a couple other things going on in there, and they're a lot heavier than the gate, and their own weight would tear the thing apart. So you want to carry it that way safely. I've had to move it around, and still going to have to move it around as I move it to my desk, and I've learned how to do it appropriately. So we got a nice little doorway moving into the peach garden. You see on the side here, there's some depth here, not a lot when you get to the actual temple building part. And as we move to the back, very hollow underneath here. That's where a lot of the function structure is. We also have these things here. Which, did that get bent? Oh no. But basically, what these are, if you can see them, they're transparent. You're supposed to put Erlang Shen and Monkie Kid on these, and this is what they use to fight. They're going to fight in the air, so that's why they're kind of transparent. You can place them around the clouds. They're jumping around, flying, whatever they're doing there. And this is just a nice way to store them, because there's really nothing back here, as you can see. The doors do open and close. They only open inwards, though. They don't push out. But there's nothing back here. Welcome to heaven. It's actually a pit. And there is some room for some characters to do things up here. There's really nothing going on, though. And same, even very here at the top. You could put a character there. A couple studs there. But there's really nothing going on back here. But I thought we'd look at the back just the same. Alright, moving back to the other side. Now, see a little bit better here. There's the other side of this fight scene with the clouds and everything. We also got, you can see the back side of the furnace, and there's some scrolls and stuff going on here. We got some knowledge and things learning, and then there's this floating cloud sign here. Pretty much anything you see on an orange tile like this is supposed to be a sign. And there's a sticker that goes on them. I didn't put any of the stickers on. There's mostly those signs. There's some stickers in a few other places as well. Probably the signs are the ones you want on the most. They give the most character, or some of the other stickers could probably go without. But yeah, this is what it looks like. You can maybe see the garden from this side a little bit better too, that way. You gotta be careful where you put the characters, because of the way things move around, especially these clouds. And you got both these guys with long weapons. If you put them in the wrong place, the clouds hit the weapons and things go flying. But if you do it right, it's not a problem. You just need to be aware of it. Now, we're going to move back to the front here. I am going to detach the front gate here. And actually, you can watch me do that. You just separate it like that. Set that off to the side. Then I want to show you a couple things, or one important thing. We're going to open it back up, which you can just push the stairway in. And see these monkeys here? They're supposed to be even. And there's... I might as well just take them off. There's a problem here, and I can't believe that they let this slide. Okay, so I detached that part, so I can show you this a little bit closer, because it's hard with the bridge in the way. This goes under the bridge. There's two peg pins in there. This slides on. You see this this joint here? It's really neat. I mean, it's just a posable joint, and it creates this angle that you're going to get when you go to plug these in. The problem is, this is very weak. Not really the clip part, but if you notice, there's nothing holding these pieces on, except for this is where it becomes fragile. And it's kind of weird why they did this. I don't know why they did. This is like one of the last steps you do, is you put these two heads on here. You don't do it earlier when you're actually building this whole entire bridge and put this piece on. They just remain empty, and then you build the heads last. Now, why that is, I don't know. But at that point, when you're trying to fill around and get these heads on, you might bump these off very easily, because you don't touch this thing again until the very end where you put these heads on. So, if you don't see what needs to be done here, and it isn't obvious enough, all they needed to do was put a 1x2 or maybe even a 1x4 underneath here to secure this. And therefore, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't hurt anything to do that. They still will pose into the position that you need them to be in, and then you can slide them in there. There we go. Did it carefully without bumping into everything. But there you go. Get the heads back on. See, they're supposed to be in a more permanent position. So when you do that, the joint doesn't go up that way, Edwin. But yeah, you got the two heads there, and it's much more secure now with those two pieces underneath. I don't know why they didn't do that when you assembled it. There's not extra pieces that you can do it. You're going to have to get pieces from your own collection. I had yellow because that was the first ones I could find of that size. So they, like I said, you could use a 1x4 or 1x3 or 1x2. Either any of those would work easily underneath there. And that's the one problem I have with the construction of this. There's some other things we'll talk about, which we're going to head to the desk. And yes, this will be getting docked a point for this. This is something simple. Something simple, and I can't believe they overlooked it. Especially when you consider how intricate and the design of the function of all this is in here, and they forget something so simple like that. But we'll talk about that back at the desk. So give me a few minutes to haul this thing over there and get things set up. Okay, we're back here at the desk to give this my final thoughts and my final evaluation. Easily hide behind this one. Yeah. Overall, this thing looks amazing. It looks really great. I like the concept that they were going for, trying to make like almost a little story within the build itself based on the Monkey King legends, and paying homage to that. And it was very well done and thought out. I sure have any more really final thoughts. There's some nitty bitty things that I'm going to talk about as I move into the evaluation. So let's get to it. Now, as far as appearance goes, this thing is amazing, as you can see. Although I think it's distorted with the size and the camera angle and stuff. But I could only do so much here at my desk. And so, yeah. As far as appearance is going to go, this thing is definitely going to get a 10. Without a doubt, it looks amazing. The smaller, looking down into the details of things, it's amazing looking. The overall appearance looks amazing. You know, just taking it all in, looks really cool. So yeah, appearance got a 10. Now, as far as function, I maybe would have liked to see more things function, you know, more things that could have happened, like, I don't know, a trap door, a hidden door, passageway, or something like that. But what we got here is really nice and works great, so I'm not going to complain. It is really cool the way it opens up, and even the clouds parting ways as you come closer and see all the heavenly glory here. That works really well and is pretty cool. So I end up giving it a 10. Like I said, I would have liked to see maybe more added to it, considering its size, but it isn't really necessary. And I would say for what they wanted to build, they didn't even have to really do what they did here with this whole opening up thing. They could have just built a static building in clouds and everything could have been completely static. But it wasn't. And for that, I think it was a good job. Like I said, I gave it a 10. Now, as far as fun goes, now the build of this was lots of fun. My biggest problem is this is more of a display piece. Like I said, it looks amazing, but there really isn't a lot of places to play, like a lot of surface areas. I mean, yes, you technically have 3 sections. You have the garden, the furnace, and then this top part up here. Well, top up here probably has the most area to play with, but even still, it's kind of hampered by the clouds and things like that going on. There's no real areas to play on. Yeah, so this isn't really even a play set. Like I said, it's more of a display model. And even though the set was fun to build, I gave fun a 9. Primarily because it's a display model more than it is a toy to be played with. I mean, my typical good guys, bad guys things, it's a little skewed here, but we do have some conflict going on for some fighting, but really there's not too much. And like I said, there's no place to really fight and to play. Now, moving on to technique. There are a lot of good techniques in the build of this. Right, you know, you got the big mechanical technique that they use to make things up. And just a warning to anybody who's putting this together, make sure that you pay close attention to the positioning of the stuff underneath. Just because it fits into place doesn't mean it's in the right place. Pay very close attention to that, because I didn't, and later on I got all done. And the thing that when I went to snap on these two parts, they wouldn't fit on right because the pins are pointed in the totally wrong direction. So be very aware of that. And man, was it fun trying to fix it. Thankfully, I was able to do it without tearing it apart, but place close attention so you don't have to do that. That's a lot of work, and you may end up having to tear it apart to do it, depending on what happens. But yeah, be very close attention to how all the little pieces, I want to say little pieces, the big Technic bars and stuff like that, how they actually are supposed to sit in there. They may fit in because of the certain connections, but because of all the hinges going on, they could be sitting at the wrong angle, and it'll mess things up. So yeah. Now, I said in my main review, I showed how there was a bad technique here. And it's not that it's a bad technique. It seems like they didn't reinforce the technique to fix it. It's a simple fix. It really is. It's a simple fix. Doesn't require two small pieces that unfortunately are not in the same, though there's quite a few leftovers. But just two little tiles, or not tiles, two little plates, and you can fix it. And it makes it a whole lot easier. And if you go back and watch that, if you haven't already, if you go back and watch that, it's on the bridge here. So I would suggest when building the bridge, you go ahead and do what I showed to do in there. It'll make your life a lot easier building this. I don't know why it wasn't put in there. I'm taking a point off it. It's something that could have been simply fixed, and it's kind of what makes it atrocious is the fact that everything else is so well made and designed here that something so simple was missed. So yeah, I end up giving Technique a 9. That's kind of a minor thing, but it sticks out like sore thumb with everything else that's here. There are a lot of really awesome building techniques that were used. The front gate here, the tree, the furnace, everything, how the thing moves, how the clouds move, it all works really well. Except for that one part. So, yeah. That brings our total score. When you add all that up and divide by 4, you get a 9.5. So it's not a bad set. The problems it has. So like I said, some of them aren't even problems. Like this just is not a very play-friendly set. It is very much more a display piece, and a beautiful display piece, all the same. If I actually had a accurate, or not an accurate, but an actual set here, other than the office, I would love to put this up in the background to be seen in the background. Unfortunately, I don't. Though someday, hopefully, it's going to be up to people like you. Yes, you, the one watching this. Like, subscribe, do all those good things. If you can afford to and wish to, donate or give to my Patreon there, and whatever little thing you can do helps. But yes, it's going to be up to you whether I get a nice big background or not. This is an expensive set, but it's a very large set. And I say expensive because it costs a lot. But if you do the math here, which it was $189.99, so $190, and you divide that by the number of pieces, which is 2,433 pieces. you get a price per part ratio of only 7 cents. That's really good. Now, there's a lot of little tiny pieces in here accounting for that number. So, you know, but there's a lot of big pieces here too, when you consider all the Technic beams and a lot of other larger pieces, even the 4 plates that this thing is built upon. So it's an expensive set, but it's not expensive like jacked up price. It's a good price. It is a good price. You're getting your money's worth here, both in design and in plastic. So I gave it a G for good. I would say you could almost give it an excellent, but I would have liked to see, you know, there's a lot of small pieces that are making up those numbers. So if there were bigger pieces and it was, I would push it to an E for excellent, but it is getting a G for good, giving our total final evaluation score a 9.5 G. And yeah, I think that's it. It's a really good set. It's not for everybody. I definitely, what was the age group on here? Was it 10 plus? Yes, it was 10 plus. That's probably about right. And even then, you're going to want to make sure the child you're giving this to is a builder. They're going to have more fun building it, and they also are going to have a place to display it. They're going to want to display it. But don't give it to a child who is, I mean, if they still are a builder, that's fine. But if they like to play around with their Legos and stuff, this set's really not for them. It's just, there really isn't a lot of space for it. There's a lot of, all these beautiful details can be knocked off easily. That kind of goes for every set, and they easily can get put back on. But even still, there's not a lot of room to place, to push the characters around and you know, and move them around and do things with, and even interact with the place with this set. As I said, it's not a play set; it's a display set. So it's definitely not for everybody. It's, you know, also expensive, so it might be out of your budget as well. So yeah, that's it for me here. I do want to remind you to like, subscribe, and do all that beautiful YouTube stuff to help this channel grow. Like I've already mentioned before, every little bit counts. Comments, likes, subscribe, and of course share with other people. Let them know, you know, other people that would be interested. You know, your grandmother probably doesn't care too much, or you know, something like that. But let people who are similar interests, your friends or whatnot, and check out my channel and see what's going on. I'm now making shorts to help promote my videos. If you have not seen them, I actually hope if you are here and you let me know in the comments if a short brought you here. That'd be great. That'd be some good feedback. Let me know if you've come here from watching one of my shorts. They're shorts and they're not very detailed, but they're just a little teasers to show what I have coming out. And this was a large set. I had a lot to do with this one. But anyways, that's it for me here at the Creation Evaluation Station, reminding you that creativity is key. Now I'm going to go back to heaven.